Costa Rica, a volcano-ridden paradise full of lush jungles, tranquil hot springs, cows escaping barbed-wired fences, and mountaintop rental villas. Everything people told me about coming here turned out to be true, including the fact that Costa Rica is the most expensive country in Central America to visit. They generate around $3.1 billion US per year from tourism alone, and this is for a country of only 5 million citizens. So why, with all that wealth brought here from expats and honeymooners and digital nomads, are the people of Costa Rica still living like this, behind razor wire, and under corrugated tin roofs?
Who has more money here? Is it the people who come to this country, or is it the people who live here? When I drive around, I see some very expensive looking properties and some very poor looking properties. Why is that?
We out here.
Hi, my name is Karlos. I travel, I tattoo, and I take it all in. One country at a time, one tattoo at a time. Travel is what inspires me. Tattooing is what guides me. This is how I interpret the world. This is the global canvas.
I want to document this place without exploiting it, but nowadays I don't even really know if that's possible. I can tell you we've been in Costa Rica for a month now, and I haven't used a single bill or coin of their local currency, the Costa Rica colones. Just tap, tap, tap. Tap to exist, tap to live. My phone, my credit card, whatever. As a business owner though, I know that those merchant services fees add up and that shit stays.
As you could probably tell, I'm kind of cynical and skeptical about a place this beautiful, as I'm certain there is some bloated pimp dragon hoarding all the spoils of this tropical kingdom somewhere. As a general rule, I like to support local businesses whenever possible, but these are cash industries, and convenience does not cater to cash. At their heart, though, they are economies of self-determination and a kind of personal exceptionalism. I'm not interested in the ziplining or the resorts. To be honest, I want to meet the people who live a truly pure life here. I want to know where they come from and what lies ahead. And the only way I know how to do this is through my tattoo machine. But we'll get into that later. First, food. Now it's true, Costa Rica is not known for its delicacies, and within a short drive around Guanacaste, one can find great home cooking, as well as absolute trash. But if you look in the right places, you'd be surprised by what's waiting just on the side of the road. Here, I found potato and chorizo dorados, seasoned yuca fries, and chocolate churros. What more can one want out of life?
Delicious.
And sure, there's flies everywhere buzzing around your food, but that's the remarkable thing about the biodiversity of a place like this. I mean, where else in the world can you see chickens and cows and monkeys and vultures and dinosaurs? Yes, literal f***ing dinosaurs scurrying through your backyard. As well as the occasional dumb, likely American tourist dumping a rented horse into a ditch. Only in paradise, my friends, where the ocean is powerful, the sunsets are gorgeous, and the scorpion repellent is always at the ready. The power goes out, and then it comes right back on. The sweat is profuse and the smiles endure. It's a place I don't want to take from, but rather a place where I'd like to leave a little bit of myself behind. So today, I'm tattooing at Mudra Tattoo Shop in Playas del Coco. Mudra is co-owned by artist-entrepreneurs Esteban and Joshua, a couple of young tattooers with heart and passion for our industry, as well as impressively sophisticated tattoos. Josh was kind enough to lend me his station for the day while I tattoo my new client and newer friend Arturo Luna. Arturo is the owner and executive chef at Steakhouse Sale Fuego, and today he's asked me to tattoo a Viking on his lower leg. Not just any Viking, his girlfriend as a Viking. Aw, to be in paradise and in love. When in Costa Rica though, right? Now, I've tattooed around the world in different shops with differing standards of cleanliness, and I always do my best to represent the standards with which I was brought up, but without being condescending to the local artists. Having said that, the guys at Mudra keep a pretty clean ship. And for that, I am thankful.
How long have you been in the restaurant business?
Mi restaurant?
Yes, your restaurant.
¿Cuántos años en Costa Rica, Playa del Coco, Guanacaste? Nos dedicamos 100% a hacer steak, beef, New York steak, tomahawk, churrasco. Beautiful.
Are you vegan or vegetarian?
Solo como carne, solo carne. Yes. Desayuno carne, almuerzo carne y ceno carne.
Do you feed mostly local people or do you feed tourists more?
No, nuestra clientela, el 80% es americanos y canadienses y europeos. Y el 10% es local y el otro 10% es nacional. Así que la mayor cantidad de clientes de mi restaurante son extranjeros, pero todos son siempre bienvenidos. Bueno, solo quiero decirte que eres excelente, tienes una excelente mano para tatuar. Me he tatuado varios en mi cuerpo y de los tatuadores que he tenido han sido muy buenos, pero realmente el nivel de trabajo que has hecho y la mano en la cual haces tu trabajo tiene muy buena función, así que no sentí mucho dolor y es un tatuaje realmente hermoso y grande.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it. I'm not really good at taking compliments, so I really, really appreciate it.
So, when I drive around, I see some very expensive looking properties and some very poor looking properties. Why is that? What's the difference?
Guanacaste ha tenido un crecimiento muy alto de muchos años, 20, 30 años atrás, en el cual muchas tierras se han vendido a extranjeros que han venido a invertir, algunos en hoteles, otros en complejos de golf, villas de alto nivel. Guanacaste es la provincia, creo, que tiene mayor nivel económico, donde viene gente de mucho dinero. Pero tenemos el lado de gente pues del pueblo que son o fueron pescadores, de familiares pescadores, que tienen sus casas humildes, ¿verdad? Pero también muchos viven muy felices y son felices en la playa. Así que el dinero creo que es un balance entre vivir en lujo, vivir en una economía, se puede decir media baja. Lo importante siempre va a ser feliz, con dinero o sin dinero. La playa te hace feliz. Así que es normal. Es normal en todos los países y Costa Rica y Guanacaste tiene un alto crecimiento de muchas casas, de muchos millones de colones. Mucha gente famosa quiere vivir en Guanacaste.
Pura vida. Is it just to sell t-shirts and coffee mugs?
Pura vida es una palabra prácticamente desde que nacemos en Costa Rica. Así que pura vida es como el gallo pinto. El pura vida es como ir a jugar a la plaza de fútbol cuando era uno niño. ¡Qué pura vida! Y sentimos todos los costarricenses que cuando vemos un turismo o un turista y le decimos pura vida, ellos se identifican muy bien, porque realmente es una palabra que demuestra mucha gratitud y cariño, y creo que nos atrae a muchos años atrás también, porque es una palabra de hace muchos años, y pura vida es felicidad. Realmente somos un país feliz, definitivamente. Yo personalmente me siento muy feliz. Pura vida.
Gracias.
Later, I was able to sit down with Esteban and Joshua and ask them a little bit about the industry of tattooing
How long
around
have you
here.
been in business here? In this location for 1 year and a couple of months.
1 year, awesome. And it's been worth it? It's been good?
Yeah, it's pretty good. Great.
Is this permanent?
Yeah, I think that Coco is like our front, you know, like, and they're really comfortable with this location.
Is this the same Costa Rica you were at as a kid?
Not really.
No? What's different?
A lot of things, like both good and bad. I feel like infrastructure and development.
Are you guys tired of Americans coming here and spending money?
No.
No?
Americans love. As long as you don't do anything like cheating, you know, you're almost
We were talking when we were driving around of like, these places are beautiful, but they don't want us to buy these houses.
That's the whole topic.
Yeah, that's okay. It's okay. We can or we don't have to talk about it. It's okay. Do you think tattooing is accepted here? or is it still underground or taboo?
Well, no, it's been pretty well accepted. Back in the day, when I was like a teenager, like 15 years ago, was still like getting there. But I think now it's like completely accepted.
Everywhere in the world, people are tattooed. Nobody owns tattooing. But do you think it was because of the culture here likes it and is accepting and it's normal, or do you think it's because a lot of tattoo people come?
I think that Costa Rican artists, they built up that. Like it started like, of course, by an external influence. But I think that all the old Costa Rican artists we know and we've been like inspired and taught from, they all went out of the country and built up the it was introduced by the same Costa Ricans who went abroad.
Yes. Education is really big in our industry, and I'm not an old school tattooer. I've only been doing it for about 15 years, but even 15 years ago, people were still holding on to secrets. They weren't trying to help other people out. Tattooers saw every other tattooer as their competition. Did you have anything that you would like to ask me or us before we tear down?
What is your impression from tattooing in Costa Rica? What were your previous expectations before you came here?
I've tattooed outside the United States several times, and it's different everywhere in the world. I see a lot of the same styles of tattooing, believe it or not, everywhere. I was just in the Middle East, and they're doing the cyber sigilism, and I'm here in Costa Rica, and I see a lot of neo-tradition. So my expectations were standard tattoos that look like everywhere else. What I see on your walls is much better, and that is very inspiring. So I definitely am impressed with what you guys have here at your shop specifically, and in everything that I've been looking around at. The fact that you're so close to beaches and to tourist areas, they're better tattoos than what you would see elsewhere in the world. The places in the world, if it's a tourist area, if it's a beach, if it's a hotel, it's going to be garbage tattoos. It's just for somebody to have a drink and then go to the tattoo before going. So I'm very impressed.
So it's my last day here in Costa Rica, and I got pretty much everything I wanted out of this trip and out of this beautiful country. But there's still one thing left I got to do.
It wouldn't be a trip abroad if I didn't get a souvenir. And who better to give me the tattoo than the person who learned the most while they were here? Myself. I chose to go with a volcano, a symbol of power, potential energy, the force of nature respected by all and fascinating to everyone else. I may not have gotten to the bottom of the economic systems in this place, but at least I learned a little bit about the people who are part of that system, how they contribute to it, how they operate within it, and how they profit from it. Nowhere did I find a giant pimp dragon sitting on top of a pile of gold, but I did find gold in a more valuable kind of currency.
Gecko.
This season
This is
on
too
the
early.
Global
Nobody is
Canvas.
supposed to be up at this hour. Let's go get some coffee.
I took the long road across oceans through crumbling kingdoms and neon-soaked nights. Places where the air smells like history and revolution, where the heat sticks to your skin and the past is never quite past. I've sat with tattooers in seaside studios, in places where art is rebellion and needles tell the truth. Ancient streets paved in myth, markets so loud and alive it felt like the city had a pulse, corners where faith and fire blurred, and conversations that cracked me wide open. Some places wore their scars on the outside, others kept theirs deep beneath marble and wine. But everywhere I went, there was this common thread: ink, story, survival. This show isn't about travel, it's about connection. It's about the people who carry their culture on their skin and the ones trying to reclaim it, one line at a time. You'll see temples, ruins, shorelines, but what you'll remember are the faces, the stories, the sound of the machine. This is the global canvas. Let's see where my machine takes me next.